today's lesson is on hammerhead sharks. And I think my first graders are very excited about this. Are you excited?
Yeah.
We have 16 first graders here today to help us demonstrate hammerhead sharks and how easy they are to draw when you do the draw along with Miss Belushi. So, first thing we want to do is we want to think about the hammerhead shark, and we want to look at the body and how it's placed on our page. We want to have a great placement for our eyes here, okay? So, we want to make sure the eyes are near the top of the page. Now remember, we want a little bit of negative space at the top here, but we want to have plenty of room for the eyes, and also, look, plenty of room for this tail. That's why we're going to use up the whole page today. So eye placement is really important. Let me show you where the center of the page is here. It's about right here. And so above that, we've got that really scary looking mouth. So let's think about placement above, and then we've got our eyes going here. Okay? So those are the first things we're going to do, is we're going to put our two eyes. Now look, if I open my fingers up to make like a peace sign, look at this. Look at what it's hitting. What is it hitting? The two eyeballs, right? Okay, so if I put my hand in the middle of the page, and now look, I want to leave about 2 or 3 fingers from the top so I can do a peace sign. Isn't that cool? All right, so watch. Here we go. Put our hand in the middle of the page, and if I do a peace sign, that's where my pupils are going to be. So let's mark. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm right-handed, so my peace sign, I'm going to switch hands now. My peace sign is going to go here, and I'm going to mark a circle for an eyeball and a circle for the eyeball. And there I'm going to go. So these are the pupils right here. 2 pupils. So you go ahead and do them. And I'm going to go ahead, while you're making that, stretching mine down a little bit. I kind of want them to be oval. So I'm bringing mine out a little bit to make it oval. So go ahead and draw 2 ovals for your pupils. 2 ovals for your pupils. And we're going to place this. Here's my center. Now, I'm going to curve up and around the next step. This kind of looks like the letter N, but I'm not putting the beginning straight line on my N. So it curves up and around. Now, above this, now I'm going to jump up just a little bit and draw a straight line the length of both of these circles. So here's the circles. If I connect them together, I'm doing it longer, just a little bit longer than the 2 circles. So go ahead and put your long, narrow line in. Now I'm going to curve down and around. Look, it's almost like a C curve, and on the other side it's a backward C curve. And those are the nostrils, or the eyeballs rather. The eyeballs in there. And then I'm going to do a straight line and a straight line. Don't make these real long, though. They're only short. They kind of measure up to the eyeballs. Then I'm going to put in the very center of this, a short line. A very short horizontal line. And then I'm going to start forming, look, if I put my finger in the center of that line, I'm curving around my finger and down. Go around your finger and down. And this is forming that opened, scary-looking mouth. And underneath that, another short line. And then I'm bringing this down and down. And then where these 2 lines did not meet, I'm just going to make them meet at a point. So I'm connecting them. So this looks like kind of like an N curve here. Now, if you make any mistakes, don't worry. You can redraw this smooth. You can even double line it because this has a lot of gum, the gum showing on these sharks. And then let's get these teeth. Now, what I do is I do the top row first, and then sometimes you don't even need to draw the bottom row. They just blend right in. But get them long and a little curved. Real long and curved. And then as they go to the edges, they get smaller because this is farther back in their mouth. And these sharks have long teeth in the front but smaller teeth in the back. So then if you have room, you can put some tiny ones at the bottom, and if you don't, just leave it blank space, and it'll give the illusion that there's teeth back there. So now I have my angry, scary-looking shark. And now the next thing I'm going to do is underneath that, I'm just going to put a little curve, like just kind of a sloping curve, kind of like a U. Then I'm going to go down and down on each side. And then from each side, then I'm going to go out, curve out, curve out. And these are going to form the fins. Curve out, curve out. Then I'm going to go back to the body, or back and back. Now, look, I want you to come down near the curve here because the tail, his body's going to curve. Let's visualize this. Down and over. But we want room for our tail. So look, at the corner of your paper, put your hand. Put your hand with 3 fingers. Near the bottom, leave room for your bottom. Do 2 straight lines. Look, 3 fingers, 2 straight lines. They're horizontal lines, look, and they're parallel. That means equal distance apart. It's 3 fingers from the bottom. And I'm going to take this now, this guideline, and I'm going to go down and connect. Look how easy that is. And I'm going to come off of this fin, and I'm going to go down and connect in a graceful curve. This is kind of a cool perspective of this shark. Now what I'm going to do is go toward the corner, or toward the edge of the page, and toward the corner, right to the edge of my page. This is forming the tail fins. Then I'm going in and in until they connect. And there's my nice looking tail fin. Now, this is the underside of the shark, and for this perspective, we still see some side view. So look, come down the side, another line here, so this shows a little bit of his back. And we're pretty much done. If you want to add now the hammerhead shark like he's coming up out of the water, look, you can put your horizon line, and this line will be where the earth meets the sky, or the ocean meets the sky. So if you want to add a horizon line, look, I could put one in here like he's about to peek out of the water. Or if you don't want to have one down there, that's fine. You can even put some sand at the bottom here of your ocean. You can put some little waves here, little lines in like he's swimming. You could put some surface. Here's the surface, and he's about to surface, so he makes this little ripple. Have you ever seen those ripples when you put your finger in water? So here's the surface of the water and some ripple effect. If you don't want to put the lines, that's fine. You can add a little fish here. You could design your undersea ocean any way you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm going to find a quick picture, and I'm going to show the YouTube audiences what some of my first graders just made. Here is one right here, and I'm going to take this shark here. So I'm going to pick 2 of my YouTube videos. So let's show those YouTube audiences what my first graders did today. And here is one, right here. Shark. Isn't that cool? He did a good job, huh? And then here's another first grader, right here. Pretty scary looking, huh? All right, and I hope that you have fun making your hammerhead shark.